This is really amazing, actually. I mean, it's shocking. I was shocked to hear that there was going to be what I've been calling a literary wing. Of course, this is the reading wing. I mean, it's shocking. You know, literature and art are not very different, but of course they've been separated, I mean, structurally for a very long time. So it's really nice to be here and presenting. So what I'm going to do tonight is very relevant to David's introduction. As David brought up, I've been running this, running and co-running this group, San Francisco Guerrilla Opera, for about a year now. On February 26th of last year, I was invited to do something literary in a space, anything but giving a reading. And what we did at Small Horse Traffic evolved into this form of taking a context and texts and singing them. And I'd like to read a piece with you, and then I'll get further into what I'm going to present and share with you this evening. So this piece I wrote a month after our BART piece, where we sung the sentence, "Can you hear me now?" over and over for an hour. And a lot of interesting things happened, a lot of connotational possibilities arose that we could have never predicted beforehand. It was a more political moment, so this is like an aspect of guerrilla opera. The piece is called Open Source Guerrilla Opera, and open source comes from programming. It's a kind of culture and it's a tactic to share information with other programmers for free, so for the benefit of innovation and just this kind of sharing culture, so that, say, you don't have to recreate something, you can go from what has already been done and go further. So this is called Open Source Guerrilla Opera. It was published a month after our BART thing and a week before the occupation movement began. So, on our blog. A question was raised at a recent SF Guerrilla Opera planning meeting. What is guerrilla opera? We had used the term for over 8 months. While we had used the term for over 8 months, we had yet to define its parameters. This post attempts just that, positioning guerrilla opera as a genre. Poet Ryan Funk coined the term soon after our first performance. Though our first score gave no vocal direction apart from "only act as feels right in the moment," by 15 minutes, some people were singing from the books they found in Adobe Bookstore. At about 30 minutes, everyone was singing from books before them, cookbooks, comic books, Shakespeare, and so on. Once we decided to stage the same score, 40-plus people read aloud for 40 minutes from books found in the bookstore, without the permission of Borders Bookstore, it was clear that the form was going guerrilla. The transition, along with the musicality of our first performance and a cue from its title, A Night at the Opera with Hosni Mubarak, hosted by Dave Eggers, led to the equation guerrilla plus opera. Dave Eggers was not invited. Not formally. Now, after 4 guerrilla operas and 2 more in the make, there are now 8. We feel prepared for and in need of defining what we're doing. Is it performance art? Is it protest? Perhaps it is both. But if we say it is both, then it is fundamentally neither one. As SF Guerrilla Opera is comprised mostly of poets and prose writers, more appropriate go-tos might be contextual writing or contextual sound poetry. Still, both terms lack substantial, explicit elements of dissent, theater, music, and the body. Perhaps guerrilla opera is no more than guerrilla opera. What follows are definitions followed by links to further reading. We present this information not only to define, but to disclose in a manner similar to that of open source sharing. We invite you to build upon these ideas. We invite you to do better. And I'm going to talk about some terms that were printed out.
Yeah, we have them.
I guess we should have passed them around beforehand, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go over these terms that you'll see. There's an equation that I created that is good and bad math. So I'm going to define a few terms. So guerrilla opera, I define as a noun, a score in motion, or a score in motion. Score is, the C is capitalized. You can read core or score in a variety of ways. Text-body hybrid, bad pun, post-fluxus forget-me-not, bad pun, etc. We think of it as a bodily phenomenon. Individual and collective bodies' cores join to a textual score or score. Once the score is activated, set in motion, the Guerilla Opera begins. Score, noun, or score, noun. A set of textual guidelines that enable a simultaneity of poetic saying and social discovery while realigning personal, interpersonal, spatial or spatial, and textual relationships. Here, poetic is synonymous with political, as well as any other intended or discovered sayings. As for the realignment, it might help to think about this in terms of syntax. The realignment of the syntax of the body and its functions, both internal and in space. The conceptual or literal syntax of the sung text. The syntax of space or space. It is important to note that any good score, while tight, simple, and clear, must offer space or space for personal and group exploration and improvisation. Space or space in... Now, the location and duration of a Guerilla Opera. Space and time are joined to highlight the four-dimensionality of Guerilla Opera. If a singer writes during an opera, the writing occurs in space. If a singer openly dissents during an opera, the dissent occurs in space. The dissent also affects the text being sung. Libretto or libretto. Noun. The text sung during a Guerilla Opera. To date, text has been sung from the page or from memory. Text is free to be anything you can or cannot read or sing aloud. We must note the great difficulty of pinning down just what is the libretto, as it lives somewhere between that which is read by the eye, that which is sung by the voice, and that which is heard by the ear. Often these three do not equate. A singer may choose to read a prose text in traditional order from beginning to end. The same text might be read out of order. It might be erased, remixed, misread, translated, mistranslated, and so on. The above bolded words, the ones that you see before you, are all variables that affect the dynamics of a Guerilla Opera. The relation is best expressed in the equation found above this post, and in this Guerilla Opera equation, it is important to note the relations they share with each other, that each of them are variables with elements dependent and independent of each other. So, I was invited tonight to read in this wonderful room, and I was driven to use the context. So this evening I've written a contextual piece for us that I invite everyone in this room to actually participate with me in. I'm proposing a Guerilla Opera right now, which would involve, I invite everyone in this room to sing with me from text found in this room for 40 minutes, which sounds insane, but I'd like to, well, to give you some context, what I was talking about with the score being a really driving force. Our first opera was 40 minutes long. People thought that was insane, and actually it seemed too short. We've sung for 12 hours before, driven by a score. We've sung for 3 hours. And so, of course, I invite you to, as always, the direction is only to do what feels right in the moment. Singing can be anything from not singing, to screaming, to whispering, to monotone, to talking. If you're driven to sing, you should sing. If you're driven to whisper, whisper. If you're driven to leave, leave. There are.
Is this a Quaker meeting?
I was raised Quaker. That's a funny. Okay. So. The bathrooms are downstairs, and there are water fountains near the bathroom if you go around the stairs to the left there. So for the next 40 minutes, I'm going to sing, and it maybe you'd like to join me.
Wow.
So let's take a look at the time. And of course, I also wanted to say,
take books from around?
Oh yeah, well this is the idea. So the room is set up in that it's a lemming library. Everything here has been donated by presses, and so move them around and put your own book in. Also, I want to say the score is to sing for 40 minutes from text found in this room. So if you brought a text, I invite you to sing from that. I also wanted to say that, of course, singing, as I'm trying to say, is not just singing. It's whatever you want to pull out of your mouth. It's heightened speaking, if you want. So usually what we do to do these Guerilla operas is I start it off and then I end it at 40 minutes by counting down from 5. So. And really, let's have fun. That's the idea. Okay. So it's 6 o'clock now.
Yeah, it's 6.
Well, let's do this. So I'll count down from 5 and we can all begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The territorial line.
Oily sky and oily sky. They are made to colonize. Some nexus drive the portal on the sea blue.
I'm not admitting the land.
What is it? No coins for bats.
Wells of water I've traveled, like to which you're married to the streets, never seen. Arrived at an outpost and always driven.
To be caught, like a verb, by its meaning, your name, your name, your name. Your head, knees, feet. As you walk away, I am trapped. Spotlight shows on a dark past I have not outlived yet. Chastity, none of it making sense. All here, already how the joints collapse. All lies. All lies. Cemented by time. Predictable, but impossible to monitor and undesirable, infinite, subconscious imitations of still life, infinite urges and urges containments, bereavement of exalted one clothed on a chair so easily cast, graveyards of blossom to decorate tombstones, graveyards of blossom to decorate tombstones. Rinsing of tongue, rinsing of tongue. truth of my heritage untold. Do they have to live? Too holy for the chosen people to carry, so they left drifting on walls, on tablets, too ancient to make any sense out of it. Ancient to make any sense out of it. Too true, too untrue, too true, too untrue, too true, too untrue, too true, too untrue, too untrue, true, too untrue. The planet. What the planet? What the planet? What the planet has. What the planet has. What the planet has. The planet has. The planet has spun. The planet has spun out. The planet has spun out. The planet has spun out of it. What? The word for gold. 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 What is the word for gold?
Toxic dirt. Revealed. No well. Dug dry. Can we eat this? Ruined. Seasoned. Apple. Only one of the most primitive production systems might work against all value.
The word for gold is always forged by the highest activity. Take it as meaning to you. Share it. Share it. Take what has any meaning to you. Share it. Take what has any. What is coming to you? Claim it regardless. Set your head on fire if you want to see. Set your head on fire if you want to see. Would you rather be?
I'm ignorant. I'm ignorant of what is to be done with it. I'm really determined not to let it enter my mouth. I see how it rots there. How it hurts. It's an exact description of the person I can't introduce to you. Leaf, mold, and manure. Out of exhausted substance. This mouth snarl to devour the flesh of my tongue.
I saw that dome again! Puzzle faces! Girl in the light of an object! Afterward!
Need some love. The number is 415-202-4378.
and 30 inches deep. It flowers in the early. And there was spring, and you know it's spring. In the book in the performance, shrub was represented in a full-page repertoire. Allows the use of their names on the grounds of
village population and occupation, etc. Village population and occupation, village population. Village
Can't you hear? We're human! Human! Here! Come here! Come back! Cowards! Come back! Act! No! They're training! Save me! Closer! No! Come back! No!
Against pronoun dash, cardinal Arabic numeral, present tense, indicative third person singular verb, definite article, dash, mark, bootstrap economy, countryland God, bootstrap economy, countryland God, bootstrap economy, countryland God, bootstrap economy, countryland God, sit at the tables outside countryland God, bootstrap economy, 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 countryland God, bootstrap countryland God, bootstrap economy, countryland God, bootstrap economy, countryland God.
If I don't watch my ass, the local psycho killer will pick me up.
Bootstrap economy, countryland God. 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 Bootstrap economy,
Has it fallen?
countryland
Has it fallen?
God.
I don't have an opinion.
We love to hear from our customers.
Bourbonwhiskey.com.
2,000 milliliters.
I'd like to know something I said. I leave and someone says,
women should not be able to drink alcoholic beverages
I disagree.
because of the risk of birth defects.
It's worth the risk.
Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car. They call it
Creating a situation where art might happen. Creating a situation where art might happen. Creating a situation where art might happen. Creating a situation where art might happen.
I can't hear anything.
Just to explore.
Not so!
And had his day ready.
Blue girls win.
Michael Jackson.
If I saw something, I would say it. When I improvise at the piano, I sing while I'm playing. No pretext. I sing while I'm playing. I can't sing a piano tune over my mouth. I can't sing a piano tune over my mouth. And our bodies can shift. Our bodies can shift. We mostly employ territorial domains. Body takes my life. Let me inspire the confidence of nitwit. And all your witness about yourself. Yes, but I wouldn't get it. I apologize. What is that? What instrument is that? What is that? What instrument is that? What instrument is that?
And somewhere there,
Into what remains?
it's raining out.
Into what would make us both
But I had to make it.
Paul can't come. Paul can't come.
Hello, I'm Mormon. Hello, I'm Mormon.
Paul can't come. Paul can't come.
Hello, I'm Mormon.
Oh, that's for a bottle.
Hello, I'm Mormon Blue. Hello, I'm Mormon Blue.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Mormon Blue.
Poetry truth! On tour! The vulgar formal escaping center. Identity of all questions. What do you mean? Struggling voices, high definition. Can you stop in the middle? Can a life want finish? Are all the people I need not endless? Elaborating in all directions.
I'm in Europe.
Are simultaneous? No words obscure the actual dynamics of the dialect. What happened? Are they in the car? Why don't you do what I do? And there be
Beelzebub, no laughing, Methuselah. Methuselah, Beelzebub, no laughing, Canon, no laughing.
Are you everyone feels the world spinning is over there. How is he still there? Are you still there? Or is it too late? Are you still there? Or is it too late? Did you answer my question? What does I need? What does I need? Why should we have the choice that we can make? What does I need? What does I need? What does I need? Can you hand me a bucket? Do you need to throw up? Do you need to throw up?
Lago Bay, Lago Bay,
Do you need to throw up? Do you need to throw up?
Lago Bay, Lago Bay,
Can I trust you? Have I?
Lago Bay,
Have you? Track
Have you? Crackling, have you? NYPD, have you?
Swimming in the swimming. Birds, this is birds. Birds, morning huddle. Futile. Birds. Birds, this is.
Time's up. Time's up.
It might be. It might be.
Time's up.
It might be.
Time's up. Time's up. Time's up. Time's up.
It might be that we are all tattooed savages. It might be that we are all tattooed savages and sophically endowed. Have we fully understood the sign itself? It might this is futile birds. Have we fully understood the sign itself? This is futile birds. A man has called. A man has called. A man has called. There. Yeah. 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 Meaning different. Meaning different. Meaning different. Meaning different. Meaning different. Meaning different itself. Of man is 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 itself. Of syntax, or if you will, logos set them off against poetry. Beauty, which is value and force. Syntax, or if you will, beauty, which is value and force. Syntax, or if you will, a certain sin of explanationism. Behold, sin of explanation. But metaphor is never innocent. But metaphor is never innocent. Metaphor is never innocent. Metaphor. It might be that we are all tattooed savages. Behold, it might be. Behold, the world might be. 3, 2. Thank you. Yeah.